So there's a few things to particularly not do as a client. In co-counseling, we want to help the counselor to stay present and have good attention for us. If you go to a professional counselor and pay them, presumably they are trained well enough to know how to stay present with you no matter what you need to talk about or what you need to work on. With a peer counselor, someone who's just a lay person and has not had many years of training, it's going to be a little hard for them to hear certain things. They're going to be easily triggered by certain subjects. So we're going to go over some of those subjects in some little role plays. And these are things that are really helpful for the client not to do in session, especially when you're first starting to do peer counseling.
So it's the second session now, and I am the client. Mark was the client earlier. So Mark, when you were talking about how you got caught shoplifting the other day, it reminded me of when I was 20 years old and I got caught shoplifting and how my father beat me. It was horrible.
It was hard to give her attention because it would be re-stimulating me, and I'd be thinking about my own stuff and not able to listen.
Yeah. What not to do as a client. Refer to what the other person said when it was their turn as client. An example would be, when you were talking about how your uncle beat you up, I felt really bad for you. Or another example, I know what you mean about how stupid schools are. They treated me the same way. This is especially common when it is your turn to go second as a client.
I know you're friends with Mary, but she's just been like really bugging me lately. Like she just like is constantly whining, and she will not shut up. It's just like talking and talking and talking and complaining and complaining. Like, I don't know how you can stand to be around her. It's just so hard.
So it's hard for you.
Yeah. So what was I doing there?
Are you bringing the counselor into your session?
Yeah, I was referring to one of their friends. Yeah, so why would that be hard for him to listen to?
Hard for him to be objective,
Not
get triggered.
I might want to defend Mary.
Yeah, you might want to defend her, yeah, because you're involved with her. So the card says, what not to do as a client? Avoid talking about your feelings, opinions, and judgments of any of the counselor's close friends or family, such as things like, wow, your girlfriend's really sexy, or, oh, I can't stand that person that you know. The listener will have trouble staying neutral.
Okay, hi Mark.
Hi. Thanks for agreeing to do a session. Couldn't you at least pick up all those old banana peels off the floor before we do a session together?
I tried to clean up.
Well, that's okay. You're really hot. Let's ignore the banana peels and go in the bedroom.
We are in the bedroom, and I'm uncomfortable.
Avoid talking about your feelings, opinions, and judgments about your counselor's life and personality. I'm really attracted to you. How can you live in this mess? This is usually a very hard for people to listen to. If something really needs to be cleared, do it in a three-way session.
So, thanks for doing a session, Mark.
Oh, I always enjoy doing sessions with you.
Yeah, I really, sometimes I have a lot of trouble doing sessions with men, you know, because men just like, they aren't usually like emotional, and then they often they don't like feel anything during the session, and then I get really like, and then I feel like they give me advice all the time, and so it's just like really hard.
Well, why don't you just let it go?
So what was I doing there?
Stereotyping, generalizing.
Stereotyping, yeah. It's talking about my feelings of a group of people that he's in, but I'm not. That's hard for somebody to listen to. If I was also a man and I had those feelings, it probably would be okay. But if we're in different groups, then it gets to be really difficult for the counselor. All right. especially if they're in groups that are typically oppressed by society, like gays and lesbians and people of color, elders, young people, then it's especially important.
So I'm really feeling frustrated in my sex life. Is it okay to talk about that?
Oh, absolutely.
I like to have sex like 8 days a week. You know, like every day and twice on Sundays or something.
Wow.
And my girlfriend she's never ready for that. It's so frustrating. And I really like women with really small breasts, and my girlfriend's got big breasts. And that's frustrating too.
So why might that be hard for someone to listen to? They didn't know you.
It would be hard for me to listen to if I had different standards, maybe different ideas around sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Might be, or it might trigger something in me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Why don't you read the card?
What not to do as a client, number 5. Avoid talking about the specific, intimate details of your current sex life. Examples: I really get turned on by women with big breasts. I like to have sex 4 times a week. Most people have a lot of hurts around sexuality and will quickly get re-stimulated.
We look forward to seeing you again in the next class. Aloha.